Hello guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV. This is where you get all the news regarding only Manchester United. So guys, it was a good outing in USA for Manchester United in the Premier League Summer Series match day 2, which Manchester United won by 4 goals to 1 against AFC Bournemouth. Yeah, you had it right. United won for 1 against FC Bournemouth. Bournemouth, a team where we didn't get a single point from them last season in the Premier League. We have managed to score. We managed to score 4 goals past them, and I think we are seeing some progress. Yeah, this is what I talked about earlier in the previous video when I was talking about the game against Leeds. I talked about the progress. I'm not be carried away by the results, guys. I won't be carried away by the 4 goals we scored yesterday, but I'll be looking at the mistake we did yesterday. Some things we need to change, like the goal we scored, some of the chances that Bournemouth missed where we got it wrong, and that those are the places where I think Ten Hag is going to work on them next in the training sessions in order to make it a perfect match next time we start the league in fewer than 3 weeks time from now. So guys, I want to ask a question. What are you looking for, or what is your main understanding, or what is your understanding of preseason games? Is it about the result, or is it about the performance and the giving players, maybe the youngsters minutes? According to my own understanding, preseasons is all about performance rather than the results, the outcome. You can play poorly but manage to win, but you can play so good and somehow fail to win. So, are you looking for performance or results? I will only look for results in the league, because in the league I don't care how I get the 3 points, but I want them in the bag. But in preseason, guys, this is where the manager prepares for the forthcoming season, and he needs to be to have his players ready and capable for the competitive season that is starting in less than 3 weeks from now. And guys, watching from the Leeds performance to West Ham performance to yesterday's Bournemouth performance, I am seeing a progress. The way we played against Leeds changed positively against West Ham, and also it changed and it improved drastically yesterday against FC Bournemouth. I know, guys, some of us have already given up, but by the time we saw the first 11 that Ruben Amorim started with today, or rather, yeah, today morning, yeah, it was a bit shocking, because we were hoping to see, we were hoping, or rather, we were all sure that Mateus Cunha will be in the squad. If not, maybe he'll be starting, or maybe he'll be on the bench. But Mateus Cunha was nowhere near the first team or in the squad yesterday, or that this early morning against Bournemouth, with Ruben Amorim saying that he's suffering from fatigue. Yeah, but I tell you what, Ruben Amorim is being clever, he's being smart. That is because Mateus Cunha, since arriving from Wolves, or rather since he arrived, joined officially. His first preseason was 7th July, and then he had his first debut, his debut against Leeds. Then he played also against West Ham. I think it was just the right decision to rest him a little bit, because of the intensity of the games. Also in the US heat, he's a player coming from joining us new, and I think we need to be easy on them. Him and Brian Bomo. Bomo has not played any match yet. Although Amorim said he will be available for game against Everton. So against Everton, we could see. Against Everton, we could see attack of Cunha and Bomo, and potentially Hojlund, and also you can see maybe Joshua Zirkzee might be fit enough to face Everton on the 3rd of August. That is a few days from now. So Ruben Amorim started with this lineup. The normal 3-4-2-1. In goal, there was Tom Heaton. Then at the back three was Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire, and Luke Shaw, which I wasn't sure with Luke Shaw, guys. But I think he performed not bad yesterday or this early morning. The wing backs were Diego Dalot and Patrick Dogu, and the midfield two were Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, with Matheus Cunha, or rather with Mason Mount and Amad Diallo as the two attacking midfielders, and Rasmus Hojlund as the striker keeping his place after starting also against West Ham at the previous match. So this squad looks familiar because it's as if we didn't make any signing at this summer. Because if you look at our squad, in the bench is only Diego Leon, who was signed, but he arrived. He was signed last summer, but he arrived this summer. So why am I excited, or rather, why am I impressed by what I saw yesterday, this early morning from the boys? Because this is the same squad we had last season. No Cunha, no Mbeomo. This is the same squad we had last season, which underperformed mostly, and this is the same squad that Amorim used, and I have beaten Bournemouth by 4-1. So, are you with me when I say I'm seeing progress? Because the game against Leeds, guys, we were so poor, and there was no difference between last season and this season. So against West Ham, there were changes made. We improved. Yesterday, or this early morning against Bournemouth, we also improved. So we are hoping that we are going to improve even for the better, because that is what we need heading to next season. Um, out of these 11 players that started yesterday, I was impressed by some of them. I want to start with Rasmus Hojlund, guys. I have been the number one critic of Rasmus Hojlund, not because I hate him. It's because I want him to perform. When he first joined, he shown a glimpse of a bright future. Yeah, when he first joined, scored I think 5 goals in the Champions League for us. Scored some goals also in his second season. Scoring I think in 4 or 5 games in a row. So he has shown that he has the abilities, and that is what I wanted. I want him to fight for that. I want him to show that he got it. You know, so I read an article somewhere that when players join Manchester United, they think they've made it, so they are just relaxed. That attitude needs to change. When you join Manchester United, they think they've made it. Now they just relax, just play here. I'm playing for Manchester United, and that's enough. No, that is not enough. Joining Manchester United is one thing, and fighting for the badge is also another thing. So you should join United and fight for the badge. And fighting for the badge is not holding knife and gun. Fighting for the badge is by performing on the pitch, and making us proud as the fans watching you and supporting you every day. So I was impressed by Hojlund. He improved, but he needs to do more. Yeah, that is what I expect from a striker. He needs to have that striker instinct, and if he can have that striker instinct, Hojlund can be a better striker. But and not one thing, his performance against Bournemouth, we should not deceive the Glazers in Neos not to sign a striker. We still need a striker. We need Sesko or Watkins for strong squad depth. Yeah, because I told you guys, we need to be competitive, and we need if you want a squad to be competitive, have true strong players in each positions. Because if you have only one strong player in one quality player in one position, you won't be fighting for anything, because whether I play poorly or good, my position is guaranteed. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. But if you have two quality players in the same position, guys, tell you what, each one of them will be fighting every day to impress the manager. Fight that I want to be starting. I'm supposed to be starting. And by telling you I'm supposed to be starting, this is why I score goals, I contribute this, I do this, I do this. But if there's no competition in the squad, that is where laxity comes in. And with laxity come poor results. With poor results come relegation. And that is not what we want to happen. In fact, United should be fighting for titles, not fighting for relegation like last season. You know, and that needs to change, and it should be starting now. So apart from Hojlund, I was impressed by Mason Mount, guys. Yeah, he did quite well. He was keeping low, but if you watch the game keenly and carefully, not chaotically, if you watch the game keenly and you analyze Mason Mount, you will agree with me that he did well in that position. And I tell you what, Matheus Cunha, you've got a serious competitor in that number 10 position, and that is what I want. I want the players I want us to have quality players in each and every position. So as a striker, now we have Hojlund. We need to add Sesko or Watkins to make it two quality strikers up front. So we have Mount here now, and we have Matheus Cunha. On the right, we have Amad Diallo and Bran Mbeumo. The good thing is Amad Diallo can play two positions. He can play number 10, and he can play also as a right wing back. I want to mention Harry Maguire. He did quite well as well, keeping Ivan Ellison, lack of Semenyo, and Dango Tara at bay. He did quite well. Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro as well. He did well, keeping Dango Otara at bay. Because I'll tell you what, Dango Otara is a very dangerous player. Yeah, I watched him last season. He's a very good player. Also, Luke Shaw, he did quite well. Him and but Dogu in that side to keep Anton. Actually, guys, I failed to spot Antoine Semenyo until the 28th minute. That is when I spotted Antoine Semenyo. So I look sure probably and Dogu in that side did well to keep him at bay as well. One player I wasn't impressed with, even though the team performed good, is Diego Dalot. I think he looked more like Victor Lindelof. In fact, I was surprised. Like, am I seeing Lindelof or what? Because the number 2 at the back, that was just not familiar with that. And Dalot, you need to improve. Yeah, when you see players like Hojlund, Mason Mount, Harry Maguire improving, Dalot, you need to improve. And I think this season might be his last. So he has his future at his hands or on his hands at the moment, in his hands at the moment, because I don't think he will continue being here next season if he continues to perform like this. As a right wing back, you need to offer both. You need to balance yourself. You offer something in attack and you offer something in defense. That is why it is classified as a right wing back. Yeah, he did made one tackle to stop Dango Tara. Yeah, I know you're gonna say that, but yeah, I spotted that he did make one tackle to stop Dango Tara, but somehow he was leaving that side open, and I was seeing Lenny Yoro coming down to help and close that. And by Lenny Yoro dropping down to close that sector, Harry Maguire was dropping in to support Lenny Yoro there, and Luke Shaw was coming in there. And now that is where we are finding spaces on that side, because Lenny Yoro has dropped in to support Diego Dalot. Harry Maguire shifted to support Lenny Yoro, and now Luke Shaw coming in as a CB there, and a center back. Now Dogu needs to drop also to support Luke Shaw, because if he goes forward and if by any chance Bournemouth has an counter attack, it could be dangerous. So Diego Dalot needs to improve as well defensively. Attack, I think offensively he's always serving. He's always good offensively. That one is a no doubt. But defensively, guys, I don't trust Diego Dalot defensively. That's for sure. Casemiro is a good defensive midfielder. Perfect defensive midfielder. But the pace that is required nowadays in football, and now the pace has left Casemiro. That is the real issue. Casemiro is good, but the pace doesn't have that pace. That is a real worry for us, because Premier League, we know the intensity. And with Casemiro's pace, teams like Burnley, Sunderland, they have the pace. It's going to be a long season if he'll be starting in that midfield with Bruno Fernandes. The the other time I talked about Ruben Amorim should try midfield of Kobe Menu and Manolo Gatti. But again, I thought about if he tries Ugarte and Menu in midfield, where will Bruno Fernandes play? Because the two attacking midfielders will be Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbomo. So where will Bruno Fernandes play? And Bruno Fernandes is a man of the people. He needs to play. So it's going to be a problem. That means Ugarte, Menu, and um, Casemiro will be fighting for one position. Although Meno can play also as an attacking midfielder, so he has two positions to fight for as far as next season is concerned. Um, Something I wanted to also talk about is that I was impressed, and I think he was my man of the match. That is Patrick Dogu. When he joined United in January, I played quite well until his red card against Ipswich after the tackle on Omari Hutchison. After that, he was afraid. So it was average since the Ipswich incident. But since preseason against Leeds, he was perfect. Against West Ham, he was good. Again yesterday, scored his first Manchester United goal and also providing his assist. The assist to make it one goal and one assist. And man of the match. So it's really interesting to see because many had already written him off after just 6 months, and that was too early. And it was shocking to hear that some of the fans want him to be sold so you can buy Alvaro Carreras back. That's just ridiculous. Alvaro Carreras is not a left wing back; he's a left back. Now bringing in a left back and trying to change him as a left wing back is always a challenge. And as Alvaro Carreras is a very young defender, it could have been tricky for him as well. So good luck to him as he has joined Real Madrid in Spain. So Patrick Dogu did quite well on the match, a goal and assist. His first Manchester United goal, although not official, but it is his first goal. Yeah. So happy for him, guys, and I really hope that the performance really doesn't drop, but progress even higher and higher for the better, because that is what we need. If we have wing backs who are really effective like Dogu today, I think we could be in for a very, very interesting season. But we still need some signings. We need at least 3 signings to be fighting for top 4. I saw a post on X that Tom Hinton is our third goalkeeper, but he is better than our first and second goalkeeper. It is difficult not to agree with this statement, because if you watch the game against West Ham, against Leeds, you'll agree with me that Bandir is a good keeper, but he's somehow shaky. He's not confident with the ball. Yesterday, Amorim decided to play Tom Hinton in goal. He did quite well, actually. He did quite well. He made some important saves, although he isn't good with his feet. But we signed a goalkeeper to make saves, not to give passes. If you want someone who can give passes, then we have Bruno Fernandes. The main other function, or rather objective of a goalkeeper is to save, make saves, avoid goals from entering, or from avoid conceding goals. That is, in short, not giving passes. And I said, if you want player to give passes, we have Bruno Fernandes, we have the likes of Amad Diallo. So if he's good with his hands, even though he is poor with his feet, there is no problem at all. So I really find it difficult to disagree that Tom Hinton is better than Onana and better than Bandir. So it's quite strange that our third goalkeeper is even better than our first 2 choices of goalkeepers. The Ineos needs to do something about that as early as now. So guys, 4-1 goal scored by Rasmus Hojlund, Patrick Dogu, Amad Diallo, and the youngster Ethan Williams. In the second half, he came in and scored the 4th goal to make it 4-1. And unfortunately, 4-0. And unfortunately, the leaked scored an own goal in the late minutes of the game to deny Tom Hinton a well-deserved clean sheet. And that's what I was talking about. That goal, the way we considered that goal, gave me muscle memory of last season, whereby the defenders just watched the attackers came. Like this one, they just watched Bournemouth attackers drive in without taking charge. And De Ligt was late with his positioning. If he was early enough with his positioning, he could have cleared that ball and it could have been a throw in. But he was late with this positioning. The attacker crossed the ball early and he was late. Somehow, the ball hit him and entered the net to make it 4-1 and a consolation goal for FC Bournemouth. So guys, that's it. 4-1 victory. 4 goals scored. Performance top notch. Progress. Performance is there. So and remember, we scored 4 goals. I had a good performance without our 2 signings. That is Cunha and Bomo. So I'm really excited to see how we will perform against Everton on the 3rd of August with Bomo and Cunha in the team. I'm really waiting for that. And I'm also hoping that by the time we are playing Everton, we at least have a clear vision or a clear view of if we are signing a striker or not. And if we are signing a striker, is it Watkins or Benjamin Sesko? So time will tell. At the moment, I know rumors has it that United have now prioritized Benjamin Sesko, and the talks are starting as speculated by David Onsten. Also, Fabrizio Romano talked about it. Plenty Goal, that is Sky Sports, also talked about it. So, rumors here and there. United, Sesko, at Leipzig, So we'll hope that this will be not lead us to another saga like the one of Bomo. And I hope the board will act swiftly. If really they are interested in signing Sesko, they should act swiftly and sign the striker before we face Arsenal on the 17th of August. So guys, only 1 game remaining in the Premier League Summer Series, second edition. We play Everton on the 3rd of August. So if we win that match, if we win that game, United will win the second edition of the Premier League Summer Series, because that will be 9 out of 9. If we win or draw, that is. Bournemouth have lost, Everton have lost the 2 games, West Ham lost 1 game. So a draw or a win, regardless of the outcome of Bournemouth versus West Ham, we are going to be crowned the winners of the second edition of Premier League Summer Series. And after that, we are now traveling back to Manchester to play Fiorentina before starting our season against Arsenal on the 17th of August. Thanks for watching, guys.